من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا فإذا بلغن أجلهن فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو فارقوهن بمعروف وأشهدوا ذوي عدل منكم وأقيموا الشهادة لله ذلكم يوعظ به من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللائي لم يحضن وأولاة الأحمال أجلهن أن يضعن حملهن ومن يتق الله يجعل له من أمره يسرا ذلك أمر الله أنزله إليكم ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا أسكنوهن من حيث سكنتم من وجدكم ولا تضاروهن لتضيقوا عليهن وإن كن أولات حمل فأنفقوا عليهن حتى يضعن حملهن فإن أرضعن لكم فآتوهن أجورهن وأتمروا بينكم بمعروف وإن تعاسرتم فسترضع له أخرى لينفق ذو سعة من سعته ومن قدر عليه رزقه فلينفق مما آتاه الله لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها سيجعل الله بعد عسر يسرا وكأين من عتت عن أمر ربها ورسله فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا وعذبناها عذابا نكرا فذاقت وبال أمرها وكان عاقبة أمرها خسرا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا فاتقوا الله يا أولي الألباب الذين آمنوا قد أنزل الله إليكم ذكرا رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات ليخرج الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات من الظلمات إلى النور ومن يؤمن بالله ويعمل صالحا يدخله جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا قد أحسن الله له رزقا الله الذي خلق 7 سماوات ومن الأرض مثلهن يتنزل الأمر بينهن لتعلموا أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء.
As the gender war rages on, in order to keep the peace, we must discuss the exact facts. Welcome to Exactly. I'm your host, Saudi Man. Remove your shoes into upon your right foot, upon the right state of mind, bi'idhnillah. Topic: why go-getters stay getting got. Why go-getters stay getting got. Chasing the bag and losing the race. Chasing the bag and losing the race. Why go-getters stay getting got. Now, in order for me to give this topic its proper, this is not a new thing. It is not based on one occurrence. But there's a constant trend where men that are quote unquote chasing the bag in order to provide, or they're leaving their significant other, aka wife, a lot of free time. And whether it is the celebrity class of people or regular ho-hum run-of-the-mill people, this is a very common occurrence. Exhibit, and by the way, we have a couple of guests that said they wanted to come on, so I'm going to oblige and bring them on, inshallah ta'ala. I think Sister Amira is charging her phone, and Brother Black Mind, alhamdulillah, is scheduled to grace us with his presence and his input. He's known to drop gems. Okay, so they're going to come on shortly, but for now, allow me to set up one of the catalysts that caused me to want to bring out this topic that I had already planned. This just brought it more closer to the forefront. Take a gander. This woman name is Demetria Gulium or Julium, you know. Well, I don't know who owned her people, but Demetria. If you look at her picture, you can't see a full body picture. Let me scoot to the side a little bit. You can't see a full body picture, but her name, Demetria, and I would say that, like, sometimes women are named after their fathers, and then, they will be like like there will be like a derivation from their father's masculine name until a feminine form of that name. We've known this all the time, and some names are androgynous, like Bobby, Jesse, so on and so forth. Even Patrice, remember Patrice O'Neal, the great comedian that passed. Even him named Patrice. Normally, that is a woman name. I never knew it was androgynous until I heard of him, but maybe he's just an anomaly. Nevertheless, her name is Demetria. I surmise that based on her profile picture, it is a play on tumultuous. Tumultuous. I think that's a play on tumultuous because she looks like quite a lot of individual. Quite a lot of individual. I don't know if you marry her by shatter terms, will you be allowed even a second wife? Because she takes up so much maintenance and carbon space. Her carbon footprint may be the size of Bigfoot. Let me stop with the jokes and start reading, okay? I hate black men. Now, let's not lean so much or lend ourselves over so much to the term black men, okay? It's really I hate men. Before she hated men, she hated herself. I detect some childhood trauma. One way or the other, creepy uncle, mom didn't demand marriage, so therefore a lot of strange men were in and out of the home. Single mom, more than likely, raised her, and because of her size, I have to surmise that there was food stamps in abundance. Okay. She says, I hate black men. The only reason I stay married to my husband is because he pays the bills. Okay. Now, that's a fair trade. He pays the bills. You give him his rights and respect him, then that's not a problem. I don't care if my wife hated me. As long as she gave me my propers, I'm cool. But this is not the case here. She continues, I cheat on his butt, okay, every week. And he don't know cuz, I guess she cheating with a Crip. He don't know cuz, I guess, I don't know. He don't know cuz he's too busy working. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. From the top, I hate black men. I hate men. The only reason I stayed married to my husband is because he pays the bills. I cheat on his butt every week, and he don't know cuz he's too busy working. So far, I picked up on one fault of his own. Two faults. Uh, he married somebody that weighs more than him. Okay, that's one fault. Uh, he he man, let me. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, he married somebody, that's bigger than he is, and he is apathetic about her goings to and fro and her activities when he's away. You know, this is all, subhanAllah. That's all I had something else. I'm gonna try to hold it. I cheat on his butt every week, and he don't know, cause he's too busy working. She despises him for being a maintainer. She despises him for maintaining her. Now listen to this. We are told that we are deadbeats. Not all of us, but when women talk about it, they talk about it in absolutes almost. So we are told that we are deadbeats. We don't pay the bills. We don't take care. Now look at this guy working all the time to pay the bills. She say, I cheat on him, or he don't even know because he too busy working. So it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. Damned if you do and damned if you don't. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Frank Boss. I had sex with his brother yesterday while he was at work, and his stupid blank 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 didn't suspect nothing. The man's working, paying your bills, and you're so broke because whatever amount of food stamps got you that big, you don't get them anymore because your husband works a lot and he earns. So you're going to blame him for not knowing that you're cheating on him, even with his brother. She's blaming him. See, he's a go-getter. He's a earner. He's a maintainer, and he's being punished for it. He's being punished for it. He's so stupid, he don't want to waste any energy thinking that his wife is cheating on him. He doesn't waste that type of energy thinking that his wife is cheating on him, let alone with his blood brother. So he's so stupid. He's so stupid going out earning money to pay the bills, feeding Jabba the slut. I think that he goes out, he earns the money, he goes shopping because it don't look like she gets any movement. He goes shopping, he prepares the food while she's sitting in the corner, immobile, and he feeds her with a slingshot. Pow, 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 busting upside the head with all kinds of ho-hos and Twinkies and Choco Tacos, and full clumps of Ben and Jerry's, straight out the pint. Just put the clump on there, bam, bust upside her head with it, and she loves it. She'll never divorce this man. She has a lifetime supply of Ben and Jerry's. I suspect Chunky Monkey. Chunky Monkey may be her favorite. So he didn't suspect nothing. Cheated with his brother. After all the men I've been at the motel with, okay, let me stop there. You know what a motel is? I didn't originate this, but the reality is there. A motel is a place, when you walk out the door, you in the parking lot. That's a motel. That is grimy. That is seedy. That is seedy and grimy. Not like a hotel where you have a lobby, you have a hallway. It's enclosed. It's a motel. So that tells you what level type I'm gonna call her that, level type person she is. After all the men I've been at the motel with, he better be lucky I haven't left him for somebody else. Dudes that take women to motels don't want you. The only exception is a youngster that can't afford a hotel. He takes you to a hole in the wall to release his wiggles. Okay? Literally, he takes you to a hole in the wall to engage with a hole in the wall. This is a grown, full-back built woman who's cheating on her husband every week, multiple times, even with his blood brother, who goes to seedy motels with strange dudes. And he better be lucky I ain't left him for somebody else. How dare he work and pay the bills? Subhanallah. La ilaha illallah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This is what I'm saying. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. Why go-getters stay getting got. So let me open back up this Windows real quick because the brother might be. Well, I didn't get a notification for any. Let me see. I didn't get any notification for any. Okay, I don't think the brother's ready yet. So inshallah ta'ala, he's in Arabia. So brother Jalil is in Cleveland. Whenever he's ready. Subhanallah, comments. Khadija Hind says, yes, but why is he so focused on her size? Talk about what she said. Focus on that. See, I can't even mention her size. You know, I can't mention her size. The size becomes the problem. You know, there's a statement that said the disagreement became the argument. See, there's an argument. We'll be talking about something. Recently, I was talking to somebody about words. The sister said that there's never a reason for a man to hit a woman no matter what she says to him. I say, does the same apply when a white person calls a black person the N-word? She says, we're not talking about white people. Well, there's a subject, and she moved the goalpost. Now I got to go 20 extra yards. You know, I was first in goal. Now I'm fourth in 20 plus yards. You know, because she moved the goalposts because I mentioned white. See, the disagreement shouldn't become the argument. The subject is, this is a disgusting woman built like Refrigerator Perry. She's built like Refrigerator Perry. But I shouldn't focus on her size, you know. I should just talk about what she said and focus on that. There are larger women that are lovely that I wouldn't change a pound. Larger women that are lovely and I wouldn't change a pound. It's not about all large women. It's about Jabba the Slut that we're talking about right now. Many men she sleep with she has. You know, whatever Jabba would say. Well, that's Yoda. I'm sorry. Jabba kind of grunts. I don't know a lot about Star Wars, but Jabba kind of grunts. Yoda is the one that has the reverse speak or whatever, you know, the jumble speak. Nevertheless, I got that wrong. So, with that being said, she's saying that he's lucky she hasn't left him. Now, wouldn't he be quote unquote lucky if she did leave him? I think she'll be lucky if she did leave him, not knowing to tumultuous, whatever, Miss Tumultuous, her doings. SubhanAllah. I'm going to bring on Sister Amira now and see what she has thus far before I get deeper into it. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. I'm sick tonight. Ugh. You
Say
hear
again?
me?
You okay?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I say I'm sick. I had a cold, so I'm not going to stay too long with you all tonight.
Okay, inshallah ta'ala, inshallah. Still waiting on a brother to join.
Okay.
So let's go over to the side a little bit. Nevertheless, what do you have on this so far?
I made a comment. I just find that so disgusting though. You know, you have a hard-working man and you out there cheating on a hard-working man. When women like myself looking for a man who could actually go out there and work hard to come and maintain and provide for me. These women are having men like that and still not being good to these men. I just find it so disgusting for a woman to make a post like that, and it's like she's so boastful about it.
Mm.
It's disgusting though. A
Yeah,
man who works to take care of his family don't deserve that type of treatment though, you know?
subhanallah. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm coming from. Of course, I'm gonna be comical with it. I'm not gonna offer her any type of respect. I'm not gonna do it.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna call her. I would joke about her aesthetically and all that type of stuff and whatever she's saying, but I'm not gonna call I call her a slut because that's the definition of it. I could say it bil Arabi, but I'm gonna stick to the English for now. And I don't think she's due any respect, even about her size. I don't think she's due, you know, because I don't know this person. Her name being Demetria, like I said, she seems tumultuous, you know. She seems tumultuous. SubhanAllah. Anyway, nevertheless, that's you know that's why I am with it. Uh, there are men out here that are go getters, that
Mhm.
are working, truck driving, long hauling, barely get to see their family once a week or only on weekends.
Mhm.
Some men have short haul. They get to see their family late in the day once they finish. Like my brother delivers Lexus and Toyotas and stuff like that, right? So he goes home, at the end of the day. Sometimes he finishes early. A lot of times he finishes later, trying to finish delivering the cars and picking up cars. So nevertheless,
Mhm.
these men are earning and they are maintaining. So this woman is saying, I'm not going to divorce him because he's bankrolling, me. He's bankrolling me, and like you're saying, you're looking for a man, or you would appreciate a man that was
Mhm.
like that. You know what I'm saying,
Of
you know,
course.
you would appreciate a man that was like that. Now, that's why I title it "Why Go Getters Stay Getting Got," or "When Go Getters Stay Getting Got," because he's a go getter. He's hustling. He's providing for his family, and look what's happening to him. He don't even know.
Huh.
A married woman told her husband one time, they were quote unquote separated. She told him, "Yeah, I could have married a lawyer. I could have married a lawyer. A lawyer asked me to marry him." And I'm like, she worked at a motel, cause the motel is in the thing. This woman that was saying that to her husband worked at a motel. Again, motel. You walk out the front door, you're in the parking lot. You walk out that front door, you outside. It's not like a hotel. Okay? So a motel is where low life, not low life people, but low spending, low behaving people go. You know, uh, you might get a motel when you can't find a hotel, but motels are really places that seedy people will walk back and forth. You know, that's what separates them from hotels. Nevertheless, she
Mhm.
says a lawyer. And when I heard this, My first thought was, what lawyer is checking into a Motel 6?
Huh.
A lawyer checking into a Motel 6. What drug habit is this dude on? And
Hmm.
why would he go to the front desk of a Motel 6 and pick somebody from across the counter to marry? I mean, it's just, see, the problem is hubris. Hubris is when you overvalue yourself.
Hmm.
Hubris is when a person overvalues themselves. You know. Now, when they say a high value man, a HVM, a high value man, the kuffar mainly talk about income. When a Muslim says high value man, he's talking about a man that could benefit the family beyond income. He can teach the deen. He can guide. He can protect. That's high value.
Hmm.
I put up a
Yeah.
post before. I said, fellas, what makes you high value? That's back during the height of Kevin Samuels. I said, fellas, what makes you high value? I said, I'll go first. I said, I can build a house from the ground up. I can build a house from the ground up. Everything about it. The foundation, plumbing, electrical, all of that. I can do it all. Allah bless me with that knowledge and know-how. So I said, what makes you high value? But none of the fellas bid on it. Can you believe that? None of the
Hmm.
Muslim brothers even put a comment. They left it alone.
Hmm.
Crickets. They didn't want to touch it. What made them high value?
Hmm.
Because, see, a lot of times Muslim men see themselves from a capitalist point of view. They got to earn so much money before they consider themselves high value. That's
Yeah.
not what high value is about. Muhammad SAW lived with meager accommodations. He could have lived like a king. He could have lived in luxury,
Uh-huh.
but he did not. He was the
Hmm.
messenger of Allah, and that was not what he was here for. Okay? So,
Hmm.
he lived with meager accommodations. Meager accommodations. He was high value. So if Muslim men, valued themselves that way, and remember, I talked about my skill set. I didn't say how much I would earn. I have a
Mm.
high earning potential, but that don't mean I earn that much. But having that skill in a house with a woman, you definitely can protect her because you can fortify your home. You can put locks on. You could install cameras. You can do a lot of stuff to make the home, uh, you know, protected for her.
See.
Also, you can go out and earn and maintain her. But believe me, a lot of men are going out hustling to make ends meet, and this is what's happening at home because she's not getting the attention that she desires. This is not strange. Women talk amongst themselves. Women
Hmm.
talk amongst themselves, and they give it up sometimes. They give it up, and no pun intended. So, what do you think about that?
I just don't think it's fair for a man to go out there and work hard and then to have a woman that isn't faithful to him though.
Mm.
Yeah, we like attention. Yeah, we want to spend time with our husband and so forth, right? And men supposed to make time for their woman, right?
Yes.
But if I was in a situation like that, I rather leave the marriage than I stay around to cheat on my husband. I don't like cheating at all. I do not like cheating. And then she's saying with random men. So it's just like she's not cheating with one man. She's having sex with different men, even his brother. It has so much sickness out there. She don't know what she could pick up and bring for her husband while her
Hmm.
husband are out there working hard to make sure that he can maintain and provide for his family. You out there cheating on your husband. Just leave. If you're not happy, just leave. Why you
Well,
can't be a woman and get up and go and get a job and maintain and provide for yourself if this man is not making time for you? Why you rather stick with him because he maintaining and providing for you, but still you're cheating on him and you're doing things that is not right as a woman, as a wife.
now I wouldn't blame him if he came home, caught her cheating, and shot her with an elephant gun. He shot her with an elephant gun. I wouldn't blame him. You know, came home dressed like he came from safari and shoot her with an elephant gun. I wouldn't blame him because see, this right here, gotta understand the hadith about ghira or spousal jealousy, natural jealousy of a husband that a man has of his
Yeah.
women folk. That hadith,
Yeah.
that hadith, the situation was, and I forget the Sahabi's name, radiallahu an, but it was a Sahabi, radiallahu an. He said, if I ever caught a man with my wife, I would kill him. He didn't say Muslim. He didn't say Kafir man. He said, if I caught a man with my wife, I would kill him.
Yeah, I
The,
know that hadith.
the Sahaba
I know that
heard
hadith.
this and ran to the Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said,
Yeah.
guess what such and such said? Muhammad sallam
Yeah.
said, why are you so amazed at what he said? He said, Allah has ghira, and Allah
Mm-hmm.
loves when men exercise ghira or have ghira
Of course.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So Muhammad sallam said, it's not a strange thing that a man would want to kill somebody over his wife. But you got this woman putting her husband in harm's way. You mentioned diseases, right? Some diseases are deadly. Some you can live with, some are deadly.
Yeah.
Diseases is a very big concern, but one of those guys could kill her husband. You know?
Uh-huh.
The husband could be forced into a situation where he catches her and she says rape, which happened before, and the husband kills the guy because a man walked up on his wife in a car. It's real life situations. A man walked up on his wife in a car and he killed the guy that was with her in the back seat. She said that she was being raped, right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Forced coitus. Forced coitus. So come to find out his wife, she was a philanthropist. She would go and give food to the homeless and coffee to the homeless and sit down and talk with the homeless. But she was a strange creature. She would have relations with the homeless guys.
Hmm.
This is a true story. The husband walks up, like, where my wife at? He walks up to her car. The car's rocking. They're in the back seat doing it. He kills the guy. He kills the guy. Straight to prison. His wife admitted it was consensual. There was no rape going on. Set her husband up. She could have at least lied for her husband so he wouldn't go to prison. She could have at least lied. But what were they going to do? They were going to dig up her past and have all them homeless people come testify, man, we all got a taste. This is sad. It's really sad. You know, men that earn and take care of their business are being treated like this. So,
And the ones who don't work and maintain and provide for their family, they just be treated like kings. I don't understand. This is something I don't understand at all. You know, the ones who not putting that effort and not going out there and trying to maintain and provide like how he's supposed to maintain and provide. He are the one who getting all the respect. He are the one getting all the love. But a man who working and going out there and maintaining and providing and doing his best as a man, as a husband, look at the treatment he getting.
exactly. You know, Seinfeld, the comedian Seinfeld from the famous Seinfeld show, you know about it. Seinfeld said that men don't buy cars necessarily because they like cars. Men buy cars to get women. Because women like cars, men buy cars. He say, believe me, if a man can get a woman without a car, a man would he wouldn't buy a car basically. Like it's a comedy, so he was saying a lot of funny stuff, but that's the gist of it. Men buy nice cars, not just cars, but men buy nice cars because women like nice cars. They even got certain cars they call chick magnets, like Maserati, Mercedes, Corvette, different cars. They if you got it, women will gravitate towards you, even if you are short, ugly, whatever. That car shows affluency, So women will gravitate to it. They call the cars chick magnets. Now he's contesting that the only reason men get nice cars, not because they like nice cars or want to spend their money on a nice car, but because women like nice cars. So you go out, you work, you get you a nice car in order to do what? To attract a woman. To attract a woman. That's why you go get it.
Mhm.
And that doesn't get you the proper respect. You pick her up in a nice car, drop her off in a nice car. Everybody's saying, "Oh wow, you know, she got a good man," but he's always picking you up and dropping you off. You know, he's
Mhm.
not making a life for you. He got the car, and believe me, you're not the only one that liked that car. This is just some people say since the beginning of the time. Men, hunters and gatherers. The hunter that could grab, uh, the most wild animals, could protect the village from wild animals. That individual, the warrior, those people, those were more sought out, you know, than the farmer type person, in the village. Women practice, this, hypergamy, which is to want to marry up somebody that has more income. Even women with, I heard a woman that was a millionaire. She's looking for a guy that makes as much as her or more. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is just
Mhm.
hypergamy. It's natural for women to want to marry up. Women don't tend to want to marry guys that they could beat up physically. They want a man, for the vast majority, they want a man that can protect them. Okay?
Mhm.
There are some women that even would marry a big, out of shape guy. Why? Because he has size and he's an imposing figure. Maybe not in shape, but just big, you know. Little bitty women would be on their arms, holding their arm like this, walking with them, because
Yeah,
this
because
man,
men like that,
yeah, it meant
men
this,
like that, men like that like to eat and they just feed you good.
yeah. So anyway, with that being said, men are
Mhm.
told in the quote unquote manosphere. Now, if you know what the manosphere is, you know what the manosphere is.
No,
This is a
no.
space on the internet and in groups where men come together to discuss common problems that they're coming across in the modern dating, courting, marriage era. They come together to discuss common problems that they're all are going through. Okay? This is the
Mhm.
manosphere. It's online and offline. Okay? Now, in the manosphere, men are told, hey, stop sweating women so much, especially when they're young. Work on your purpose. Get your health in line, exercise, diet, get your education, get your money up, save, this and that. So men are told to better themselves so that the women you can select from are more. Okay? Because when you're a better man, you're in more demand. Okay? So
Mhm.
they're told to do this, especially when they're younger. They're told to do this. Okay? From 25 to 30, 35, they're told to hustle, hustle, hustle. And when you reach that age, you could reach back and marry a 21-year-old, you know, and have children and settle down and so on and so forth. Because men take about to the age of 35 before they actually start, 35, 40 before they actually hit some type of financial plateau, you know. Before
Mhm.
that, they struggling to save and things like that. So anyway, they're told to work on their purpose. This is not really bad
Mhm.
advice. Don't focus on women so much. Work on your purpose because you'll waste a lot of money with women. Work on your purpose so you can actually get married and settle down. Okay, that's what men are
Mhm.
told. But they're told to do this so they'll have a larger pool to swim in to select fish. Women figuratively fish, right? Okay. When they say more, there are a lot of fish in the sea and all this kind of stuff. Okay. They say that for men and women, but this is for men to have a larger pool to swim and find some mermaid to settle down with, marry, or be with. The downside is what we read in the woman's post. That's the downside. Maintaining requires consistency and offers your wife or the woman you're with less time and attention. So it's like, again, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mhm.
You hustling so you could maintain that nice car, that nice place to stay, so she can have nice things.
Mhm.
And while you're doing that, because you're busy, you're dedicated to the job, you can't just leave the job and come home. She has all this free time, not to exercise. If you see her picture, she ain't exercising. Not to exercise, not to diet, not to get herself right, beautify herself for her husband, go shopping at Victoria's Secret, buy something nice so when he walks in the door, she like, ta-da. She ain't calling him during his lunch break. She's not bringing him lunch on the job. She's not calling him during lunch break saying, hey, 4 more hours. I got a surprise for you. He can't wait to get home. That's motivation for your man to continue to hustle. But all the
Mhm.
hustling he's doing, all the providing he's doing, leads to him being cheated on and humiliated, even by family members. And she can't even find men decent enough to take her to a hotel, which is still a grimy behavior. She goes to a motel. They got motels that rent out rooms for the hour. Who's taking an hour nap?
Hmm.
That's purely for zina. That's purely for illegal relations. That's purely for that. So again, that this is the point that we're making. Young men are told to get on your purpose. Earn money. Make yourself desirable. Diet, exercise. Don't be a slob. You should be able to look down and see your belt buckle. You should be able to look down and see your shoes. It's what men are told. And they go out and hustle and hustle and hustle, and they come home to another man's DNA. Because women incubate DNA. They incubate
Yeah.
strange men DNA. And you might say, well, there's prophylactics, there's condoms. Those things can pop, they can break, you know, and then you left with whatever it is. You left with whatever it is. That's the downside. So I don't know. There are a lot of young brothers that saying, man, I ain't trying to get married. These are young Muslim brothers that are saying they're not trying to get married. All these nice, wonderful Muslim sisters. I'm saying all these wonderful, nice women, and these brothers, based on horror stories like these, are saying, look, I don't want the headache. Now, that lends to question, if you don't want to get married, then what do you want?
Hmm.
As a Muslim man, especially, marriage is from the Sunnah of the Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Muhammad
Mhm.
said, I marry women. I approach women. And
Mhm.
whoever does not follow my sunnah is not of me.
So like not of me. Mhm.
So men are resisting marriage, and you can blame them because they should know that there are good Muslim sisters out there. There are
Mhm.
good women out there. You can blame them. They should know that, but they're hearing stories like this. And it's
Mhm.
scary. It's scary. You almost have to take a mentality where Allahu Alam, you know? Allah is the knower. You almost have to take a mentality like that and don't ask any questions. Don't go through no phones. Don't come home unexpectedly. I'm seriously, some men live like that. Believe me, I know for a fact. Some men live like that. They're not going to go through their wife's phone. They're not going to answer her phone if somebody calls. They're not going to come home just unexpectedly because they live in constant mistrust. It seems like a very sad existence, but subhanallah, that's what it is.
Hmm.
That's what it is. So a man becomes a slave to providing a living. Okay? He becomes a slave to providing a living, but
Mhm.
he's failing in giving her desired attention. Now, I shared yesterday in the podcast that my first wife had went. One of my first wives had.
Excuse me for
Oh, go ahead.
excuse me for 1 minute, okay?
Okay, okay. I shared in a podcast yesterday. First, one of my first wives complained that I was spending too much time at the masjid. Now you might say, "Oh, that sounds like a good thing." I was working two jobs, spending my time at the masjid to 1, 2 in the morning. What was I doing after work? I was remodeling the masjid for free. Okay, that's what I was doing. I was remodeling the masjid for free. She complained that I was not. I don't think she ever cheated on me, Allahu alam. But uh, she complained to one of the brothers of knowledge that I'm not spending time with my family. But she never brought me lunch while I was at the masjid. She never brought me dinner while I was at the masjid. She never came to visit me. So my logic was, how much is she actually missing me? How much is she actually missing me? It was crazy. It was bananas. So the man becomes a slave to providing a living, but he's failing in giving her the attention that she desires. Now you have the advent of social media. The advent of social media where she gets a lot of attention. Women often brag. Some women have told their husbands. A lot of men are in my inbox. You'd be surprised all the offers I get in my inbox. And my response would be, them dudes don't want you. They want the idea of you. I know you. That'd be my response. I know you. They have yet to meet you. They're looking at this filtered picture. They're looking at this Snapchat filter, and they think that that's you, and it's really a sad existence. So the man is doing his job, maintaining, but he's failing in providing the level of attention that she wants. That attention comes from strange men. A lot of Muslim men
Mm-hmm.
don't fear Allah. They'll go at a married woman. They don't fear Allah.
Yes.
They'll go at a married woman.
You ain't lie.
You know,
You ain't lie about that.
and that's sad. That's really sad. So social media releases the same when a man watches porn. The same chemicals that are released in a man's mind are the same ones that a like or a heart on a woman's post or in her DMs release in her mind. It's a euphoria that is being produced when you give a woman attention, especially if she's attention starved. Okay, It doesn't mean her husband is not providing her enough attention. It means that she is needing more attention than he can provide for her. But in that case with that woman, that tumultuous, whatever her name is, uh, he is working and he's being punished for taking care of her. He's being punished for taking care of her. She didn't say he was a bum. She didn't say he was a miser, bakhil. She didn't say any of that. She didn't say he was a cheater. She didn't say any of that. He's always working. He's so stupid. He don't even know I slept with his brother. I could have left him for one of the motel dudes. Motel dudes don't want you, honey. I don't know how you fit through the motel door. But she squeezed through the door. She probably butted up her hips and squeezed through the door. And they did what they needed to do. They had some extra butter left over. Put some more butter on her and popped outside into the parking lot. But that's exactly what's happening. This is real life stuff. This is real life stuff. And Sister Khadija's asking, is that woman Muslim? Allahu alam. I don't know what she is. I would say she's a kafir. If you would have asked me, I don't know if she's Muslim or not. I would suspect that she's not, but I read what Muslims write. I read what Muslim sisters write. I don't find a big difference. I don't find a big difference. Now, a lot of sisters don't do that. But I'm telling you that just because you come across somebody that's really foul and really stank, it doesn't mean sisters ain't doing that same thing. I know
Exactly.
them. I know them.
Exactly.
I know them. So instead of defending every sister that a brother says something about, You might want to advise her to stop doing what she's doing so people won't have something to say about her that way and have a point to be made. So again, continuing, uh, expendable income dudes are not considered high value. When I say expendable income, we're talking about people in the entertainment industry, actors, uh, singers, rappers. These people, these sports people, professional sports players that get millions of dollars to play a child's game. These are not necessarily high value people. They're just high earning. Okay, they're high earning. So a lot of these people are going to sleep around. Men and women. They're going to sleep around with people that they're not married to. You know, it just happens all the time. Kanye West is still married to Kim Kardashian. She had a whole relationship in public. They still married, and she had a whole relationship in public. I mean, it's bananas. You know, Kanye is clearly insane. You know, the guy she was messing with, Pete Davidson, is clearly insane. He suffers from a mental illness. She's insane. You know, she's noticeably insane. You know, so I mean, it's just madness upon madness, and this happens with people that make less than that. But people in the entertainment, celebrity, sports, that's not considered the high value. That's expendable income. They get money for doing almost nothing. You know, they get money for doing almost nothing. The clown that juggles the balls or juggles the fire sticks is doing more than they do. Really, literally, he's providing an entertainment and he's earning from it. But he's not earning millions of dollars. They pay millions of dollars for somebody to jump and throw the ball in the hole. They pay millions of dollars for somebody to kick a ball into a net. Millions of dollars. I mean, this is crazy. It's bananas. So these people are not high value. They're high earning. But if you look at their lives, what we know of it on the news and what have you, and on the shows, it's crazy. It's different than a man that got it out of the mud, as they say. A man that got it out of the mud is a lot different. He educated himself. Okay, he went and got an education. He learned a trade. He invested. He earned money, then invested that money. He did all this different stuff. He made himself valuable enough for people to pay for a service that he can provide. And this is what happened. So now he actually earned that money, got it out the mud. He is the high value person. Because when that sports player loses their money, a lot of time they go down, down, down. When that celebrity loses their money, they go down, down, down. That rapper, that whatever loses their money, they go down, down, down. They rarely have a chance to revive themselves because the industry's done with them. They're not even providing anything that's essential. But a person that's even a person that buys a chain of restaurants, starts with one Chick-fil-A, then buys another one, buys a Starbucks buys a this, buys a that. That stuff may not be necessity, but this person is providing a service that people go to for more than, it's not entertainment. A Chick-fil-A sandwich could help you live for another week. If you had nothing to eat, Chick-fil-A, them fries and that sandwich can help you live for a week. But nevertheless, people that get it out of the mud, educate themselves, grind, earn, invest, and earn money that way is different than people that get it through superfluous means, sports and rapping, singing, dancing, some type of non-essential entertainment. So what the shaitan does, he got the people in the entertainment industry. I mean, these people talk about the lifestyle that they live, going to these house parties, these mansion parties, these Hollywood parties, these New York parties. I heard they have them. It's a whole world there. But the shaitan trick is this. I don't know if you experienced this. He sends better when you're doing good. See,
Hmm.
you can have a man that's paying your bills. He might snore too loud, at night. He might snore too loud. You got to wake him up and say, hey, dude, you're snoring. Roll over, put your face in the pillow or something, or wear this mask or something. You got to, that's the one thing that you wish that would change. But mostly pretty cool dude, and plus he take care of you. Okay, I'm just using as a scenario. Okay, so the shaitan uh guy posts a video sleep, you know, and he ain't snoring. So shaitan says this guy don't snore,
Mm-hmm.
and the woman says, he don't even snore. Child, this dude don't even snore. So telling her friends, she got a husband, she got a man, but this
Mm-hmm.
other guy doesn't snore. It could be anything. Your husband makes uh 40, 50,000 a year. Okay, this other dude makes 75 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you're doing good, Shaitan sends you what you think is better. It's
Yeah,
not
you ain't
better because you
lying.
don't you don't know that guy. That guy that doesn't
Exactly.
snore may not spend on you like your husband does.
Exactly.
That guy with 75 to 100,000 a year may not take care of you like your 40, 50,000 dollar a year husband does. It's just it's when you are doing good, Shaitan sends you better. He sends you
I
quote
see this.
unquote better. And this is what happens
I saw.
to a lot of women.
I saw this. Men fall under that category too because a man will be married to his wife, right? Your wife have a type of way about her, but you go on out there, you see another woman, you say, she not like my wife. She ain't have a bad attitude like my wife. I'ma try her because you know how people is. She showing he being kind to she being kind to him. You know, and you will leave your wife and go with her, and then when you start to live with her, that is when you will see her bad ways. She will see your bad ways. You
Yeah.
know, so it goes with both men and women. Not only women fall underneath that, men also, and a lot of men I know fall underneath that. They will leave the good wife because she have a lay downfall or she have a lay flaws to go with this woman who pretending as though she don't have no flaws and she don't have no downfalls. But when you start living with her, that is when you will understand, you know what? My wife is way better than this woman. My wife was way better than this woman. You know, and this is
So
shaitan
you're
playing with
saying
your
that he
mind.
leaves his wife to go to another woman.
Yeah,
He he
yeah.
he
You
doesn't
leave your
take her as
wife.
another wife. He leaves her.
He leave her to
Okay.
go with this other woman because why? You know, you're wrong her. You showing her kindness, she showing you kindness. Things that you mightn't be getting from your wife at home, but your wife is not a bad wife, you know. You know, but she has she faults. She not perfect. But this other woman making you feel as though she's such a perfect person and you now fall for that. So you leave your wife to go and be with this woman, and that is when you will see her true colors. She will see your true colors, and this is when you will understand. Well, you know what? The grass just seemed to be green on the other
Yeah.
side, but it just wasn't green on the other side. You know,
Yeah.
and that is
I know.
shaitan.
I
Shaitan
know of
playing
guys.
tricks.
I know of guys that leave. That have left their wife
Yeah.
for someone they thought was better, and then they
Uh huh.
found that the one they left their wife for uh, had flaws. Right.
Uh huh.
Uh, the issue. Remember, we did the grass is greener episode,
Yeah.
recycling the X, because
Yeah.
you know I don't I'm different. Me myself, I don't I like this smell. I don't like new. I don't want the new smell. I don't know what you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unknown. I know the attitude. I know not to leave my phone, unlocked around this one. But the other one, you don't know if she gonna go in there in your phone and decimate your bank account. The other one just trying to see who you're talking to, you know, and see all your conversations. But like I said, no Muslim man should leave his wife for another woman. You can divorce your wife and marry another woman, but you don't leave your wife for another woman. Why? Because Islamically we can have up to four. Okay?
Uh-huh.
It's like we can have up to four. As far as a woman is concerned, you have to always leave your husband to be with another man. You have to.
I know of a brother who told his wife, I'm not divorcing you, but I just go in and live by my mother and you will stay in your place, but I'm not divorcing you. And why you think? Because he want to play games. He want to go with this woman who he think was better than his wife. And then when he and that woman in work out, you come right back to your wife. Like, we in divorce. I didn't divorce you, but you ain't calling her while you're with that other woman. You're not texting her to find out if she's going good while you're with that other woman. But when
That's
things
in the
start to go
Quran.
sour with, huh?
That's actually in the Quran. It's called zihar. Uh,
Okay.
it is haram. It is big haram to divorce your wife by zihar. It means to leave her. It's to tell her your back is like the back of my mother.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to let you free to marry anybody else. Yet I'm not
Uh-huh.
going to give you your rights as a husband.
Uh-huh.
So in
Uh-huh.
zihar, there's a benefit that he still gets. But
Yes.
he's not behaving as a husband, you know. And this is a big
Exactly.
haram. This is something they did in Jahili, uh, the Jahili before Islam. You know, it's really
And
sad.
that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And nobody correcting them. Nobody correcting them. You're not divorcing a wife. You're separating homes away from her. You're going in a different home from her. You're not giving her rights. You're out there, you're trying to know another woman, and when things didn't go good with you and that woman, you run back to your wife who you abandoned for a whole month or 2 months or 3 months.
Mm.
That's what going on. There many things going on.
Subhanallah, la ilaha illallah. So again, Shaitan always, when you're doing good, tempts you with something
Yeah,
better. But
yeah.
see, men, women are very naive. When men are very stupid, you know, women can be naive because uh, you can basically don't have to show a woman anything. You can get her through conversation. I remember long ago, uh, I was courting this particular woman. This is long, long time ago. I'm courting this particular
Mm-hmm.
woman, and I was driving a really what they call here a hoopty. Kind of like a lemon type car. Not really a good car. You know,
Uh-huh.
bad paint job, ran bad, everything. So I'm driving this car until I get this other car that I was waiting on, saving for.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh, and the woman was okay to go out with me in this car.
Uh,
She was okay with it, you know. My
mm-hmm.
my little children's mom, I drove a raggedy work truck, a little bitty brown, I think a little brown work truck. It was a real raggedy Ford Ranger truck, and she would ride with me, proud with me. She would be so happy to be with me. And her mom
Yeah.
was like, "You so fake. What are you talking about?" She said, "Well, when I used to pick you up in my little raggedy car, you didn't want to get in the car with me. All of a sudden, you married
Uh-huh.
Sadiq, and you riding this truck. You know." Her mama felt like
Uh-huh.
I was in a little raggedy Toyota, he's in a little raggedy Ford, but you wouldn't ride with me, you ride with him. And it's just like I say, women have a naivete with themselves, and this is really an innocence, that they want to believe a man's stories. They want to believe, oh yeah, he got this car, but he's working, he's making money, he's gonna get a better car, so I'm gonna grind it out with him.
Yeah.
Men, because they can't have more than one, they have a different mentality. But you can't leave the one that you're with for another one. You could marry another one, and the one you're with will leave you. That happens.
Exactly.
That happens.
Uh-huh.
But you don't
Uh-huh.
say, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm going to marry this one. If you're done with this one, be done with her, but not for reasons of someone else. That doesn't work.
Exactly.
You don't even know this woman. This woman could stink. You don't even know her. And your wife is a good, clean woman. You don't even know this other woman. It's just that she puts a lot of filters on her pictures on Snapchat, you know, or Instagram or whatever, and you're just in love with that. You know? You don't even know how she really, really, really look. Now, I coach youth sports, and I come across a lot of parents. A lot of parents are on my friends list, okay, from the city. They're on my friends list. I've met these parents face to face. I know exactly how they look. I know how tall they are, how big they are, how small they are, how their face looks, everything, okay? When I see them, I can identify them. Problem. I see them online and I don't know who that is. I got to look at the name. Oh, that's such and such. Man, that's not her. That's not him. You know, men are using filters. This is
Yeah.
crazy. You know, so people are not really trying to be themselves, and this is what's so
Exactly.
scary when you leave your
Exactly.
wife for another woman that you don't even know.
Huh.
Again, if you say, "Look, I'm finna marry another woman," and she says, "Well, I'm leaving you," that's not the same. But you can't just tell your wife, like on Harlem Nights, "Hey, baby, put your mama on the tell you, hey, babe, where's your mama? Tell her, you know, I ain't coming home no more. You know, I'll put your mama on the phone. Hey, babe, I ain't coming home no more. Y'all take care. Hang up the phone." This may happen. This may happen even among Muslims, but
Yes, it
it,
do.
it, it's stupid because men are
It
stupid to
do.
do that. You can't
And then
you
when they
can't
get,
go back. She might let you back because she loves you, but
yeah.
if you're that stupid, you'll be stupid and do it again. You know?
Yeah, he would do it again. Of
Yeah,
course he would.
you'll do it again.
Would do it again.
I don't think a man will learn their lesson from that. But I'm gonna tell you in my experience, if you're not working out with a particular woman and you leave her and you immediately marry somebody else, there's nothing you can tell them to convince them that you didn't leave her for that person. A
Exactly.
lot of times that's not, like I say, a man doesn't have an idda. We don't have
No.
downtime. We don't have
No.
downtime. But women, they don't understand that because they see men and women as the same or even equal.
No. Yeah, not.
It's not the same. A man doesn't have to be alone. You know, there's a sister I could marry tonight if I wanted to. You know, I could actually DM her right now. Hey, I don't want to speak to your Wali tonight. I want to marry you tonight, and she'll be like, "Let me wake him up." You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's more than one I could do that to. You know, but I don't know this person, and it's gonna take more than waking her Wakil up for me to know her to make a decision like that.
And that
I
because,
did
you
it when I was
know,
younger. I did it when I was younger, but I'm too old for that now.
and you know, we were told that we to know a person, we have to do three things to know a person. You do business with them, you travel with them, and you live with them, right? This is how you know a person. You
Yeah,
know,
this is the
sometimes we might know
advice of Omar, radiallahu an.
Omar, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you might know a person for years, right? Just by interacting with them through social media,
Yeah.
or you probably saw them one or twice face to face and you're interacting with them, but you still don't know that person.
Yeah.
You know, you still do not know that person until you actually live with them, and it's scary out here, yes? It's really scary. I am so
It's
sorry
scary.
for my children when they get older. I
Well, you know
am
what?
so sorry for them.
One thing that you can't overlook, which we still have in our favor, is families.
Yeah.
I talk to the circle of brothers that I associate with. I say, look, dude,
Uh-huh.
I got sons, I got
Uh-huh.
daughters. Y'all have
Yeah.
sons, and y'all have daughters. I say, there's
Yeah.
no reason our children should be on social media looking for a spouse. There is no reason.
Exactly.
There's no reason.
Exactly.
There is
Exactly.
no reason. And if they ever have any problems, let's say my son or my daughter and their son or their daughter have any marital problems, they got parents. We got families. We can get together, have food, sit down and talk about the issue and keep these two together, you know, or
Mhm.
work out where they can separate amicably and maybe even want to come back together after they realize, the problem, that it's better to be together than to be apart, especially with youngsters. Youngsters, you know, better to be together than apart, basically, you know.
Yeah.
So that is the fail safe. Marry into
Yeah.
families. Don't
Yeah.
marry the random person. Don't. I don't want that for my sons or my daughters. I don't want that for
Because
them.
look how the companions and them used to do it anyways.
Yeah.
They will marry their daughters to the other companions and so forth, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who she's marrying. You know the parents of. I mean, you might not know the personal character of the person, but you know the parents. You know the upbringing. You know all these different type of things. And like I talk a lot of junk about Salafis and all that type of stuff, and this stuff is based on truth. But if a Salafi want to marry my daughter, I'm not gonna tell him he can't marry my daughter because he calls himself Salafi. I want to have the
Mhm.
conversation about marriage.
Mhm.
Marriage and things like that. What is your understanding of marriage? How would you handle this situation? My daughter's like this. I know my daughter. She's like this. How will you handle
Mhm.
that? Can you handle that? So on and so forth. And I would talk to his parents. How is your son? And we would actually come together. You know, we will
Mhm.
come together for that purpose, and we'll be there if there's any problems in the relationship. We will be there for each other.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
again, uh, we have a lot of problems that are happening right now, and inshallah ta'ala, we will overcome them. But for men that are handling their business, a lot of them are getting the short end of the stick. If only
Huh.
they knew what was happening while they were
Huh.
out grinding and providing for their family. It's a sad scenario. Of course, not all, but I know more than one. I know more than one. You know, I know more than one. So the sister said, before I move on, sister said, Khadija Hen said, what would be your advice to a brother who wants to marry a strange sister, but his wife wants a divorce if he does? Uh, well, everybody's strange. The sister just mentioned the advice of Omar radiallahu anh. Unless you travel, did business, or live with somebody, you can't say that you know them. The hadith was about knowing a person because
Yeah.
one person was asked to vouch for another person during the
Yeah.
time of Omar radiallahu anh. They were asked to
Yeah.
vouch. Omar said, "Hold on, you sure you
Uh-huh.
can vouch for that person?" He said, "Yeah."
Yep.
Have you lived
Uh-huh.
with them? No.
Uh-huh.
Have you traveled with them? No. Have you done business with them? No. Then how can you vouch for them? That was it was. So everybody starts off as a stranger. No matter, like the
Mhm.
sister said, no matter you know them 10 years on social media, you won't know them. You have never
Exactly.
seen them without a filter, you know. So you won't
And
know them.
like
So, but anyway,
like
go ahead, sister.
like for example, right? When I was going to get married to my husband, I asked about him, right? I heard bad things about him from a sister, but then I had knew a brother who knew him for years, right? And when I reached out to the brother and I asked the brother about him, the brother told me good things about him, right?
Hmm.
Which led me to marry him. But then when it is I start seeing certain things after living with him and stuff, and I reached out to the brother and I was like, how you could allow me to marry a man like this and this is what he doing and that is what he doing. And he was like, I never knew the brother was like that because when he around us, he don't portray a attitude like that. Is he always a quiet person, he always a kind person. And it's like I was listening to a lecture and I think Mufti Menk was speaking about it, right? And he was saying, men will go out there and they will portray themselves as good people to other people out there. But then when they come home, they bad towards their family.
Yeah.
It's like the mask just fall off. They treat their wife as though she don't mean anything. They treat the kids badly. You understand? But when they're out there amongst their friends and they're out there amongst other people, they act so perfect. Like, they're so perfect. And this is something we need to be careful of. We definitely needs to be careful of these type of people.
But you know the other thing is that a man can be a he can be a good Muslim and a not so good husband. You know.
Uh-huh.
Now, of course, Muhammad SAW
Yeah.
said the best of you is he who is kindest to his family or kindest to his wife and kids. You know, that's the best of you, but that's the best. But that doesn't mean he's a not a good Muslim because his wife is displeased with him. You got to understand why she may be displeased. You know, but nevertheless, sister saying, what would be your advice to a brother who wants to marry a strange sister, but his wife wants to divorce? If he does, I would say go through all the propers. Don't do anything shady. Go through all the propers. Marry the woman that you want to marry if you qualify to do so.
Uh-huh.
And you're not being qualified is not based on what your wife say. It's based on what you know about the qualification. Because some women you marry, they don't cost you a dime. You know? So your wife can't tell you, well, you too broke to marry another woman. Do you know the situation? I'm going through her wali. I'm going through her wakil. You know? If her wakil wali says, based on what's agreed, you qualify, then there's nothing your wife can say. And if she wants a divorce, tell her, look, I'm going to grant you your divorce. Go about your business. If ever you want to come back, you can come back. But if you marry another man, I'm leaving you with that situation that you chose. You know, it's more taxing for a woman to marry a stranger than for a man to. You know, that stranger she marries could literally physically harm her. The stranger that the man marries, he can protect himself in most situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's a totally different dynamic. And the sister says, strange as in he only knows her from social media. Oh, this guy. He has to
Why are you going
travel.
on social media to look for wife though? God.
Well, I mean, the masjid, social media, it's all the same. It's no difference.
No, it's not.
No,
Go to the masjid
seeing
and ask
somebody
for a wife.
physically at the masjid, of course, is better than seeing somebody on social media. But
Uh,
people at the masjid are on social media.
yeah, nobody never said that, but it's different though.
How is it different?
Because you meet them in the masjid and not on social media. Social media, it too, uh, they just do too much on social media. I just find, on social media, you shouldn't use that platform to look for a husband or a wife.
Well,
If you want to get
in
another wife,
my
it's
opinion, I
better.
see it as the same because sisters, you know Shadid Muhammad.
No.
He gives talks of he's out of Philly, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Shadid
yeah,
Muhammad.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
he said that if you meet a woman when you're trying to get to know her, go to her social media. Now,
yeah. You could.
why would he advise you to go to her social media if the social media is not a valid
Probably to
scale?
see, because on social media there is where people does actually, express themselves more and so forth. So it's probably to see the things she posting, you know,
So when you see her at the masjid, what kind of behavior would she be on at the masjid? Or what kind of behavior would
good
he be on at the
behavior.
masjid?
But that don't, yeah, but that still don't means like, even if I meet a brother at the masjid, right?
Okay.
We there and the brother wants to get naked to me. Of course, I want to know your social media name.
Okay.
I want to go up on your social media and see the type of friends they have, the type of things they post, and of course, I want to do that.
So what if you see what if a brother on social media say, "Hey sister, I like you. I might want to marry you," and you say, "What masjid you go to?" Well, sometime I go to this one, but sometime I go to this one. Oh, I go to that one sometime too.
Hmm.
Friday, which one are you going to? I'm going to the one that you go to Friday.
Uh-huh.
It's all about a starting point.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because a person has a social media
Understand.
doesn't mean that you know them or you don't know them. Person
I
at the
understand.
masjid can have a social media. Person on social media can go to a masjid. And
But
you're dealing with the
I,
same thing at the end of the day. You have to get to know that person.
me personally, I would never marry somebody from on social media ever again. I did that already, and subhanallah, it was the worst.
Well, I don't think social media is the problem. I think that it's the selection process. It's sometimes it's the Wakil, the Wali. You know, it's the sister. I've been Wali for many sisters. I've been Wakil for many sisters, and sisters are hard headed. They want to marry who they want to marry. You can't warn
Yeah.
them, but they always want to come back crying. I say, look, don't cry to me. Don't cry to me. I said no. You pressing the issue. Do as you please. You know, do as you please.
Well, my big son, he reached puberty age, so I believe he could be my Wally now. And like it had a brother someday was saying something, so I was telling him, I say, when my big son become my Wally, I am definitely not going to get married because that boy, he doesn't like nobody I married to. So I know for sure he definitely going to or any brother that comes to marry me, he's definitely going to say no.
So
So I'm
so
going to have a very, very hard time to get
well, I
married,
mean,
inshallah.
you're previously married. You're not a virgin, so you have a say in who you marry. He can't just say. He needs knowledge of Islam first of all, but he can't just say no just to be saying no. You know, he can't
My
say no.
son,
No Wali or Wakil can say no just to say no. They have to give reason.
my my son, he's very, very protective over his mother.
Well, I mean, but
Very.
that doesn't
I remember
justify
our time. I remember
saying
our
no.
time, right? We went to a camp, right? And
Hmm.
it had his brother wanted to get Nika to me. And here what my son did, right? He was younger. Here what my son did. My son, I told my son, well, this brother want to get Nika to me. My son went and have a conversation with this brother, right? Just to check out this brother, to see how much Islam this brother have and so forth. He went asking him questions and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Then he came the next day and he was like, Mommy, don't marry that brother. So I was like, why? Yeah, Mommy, do not marry that brother. So I was like, why you don't want me to marry the brother? Yeah, he don't know too much about Islam, right? I didn't study him. I went and I got married to the brother. So when I got married to the brother, you know, before we consummated our marriage and whatever, I told him, well, you need to offer 2 rakats before we do anything. Lead me in 2 rakats. When it's time for the brother to lead me in 2 rakats, this brother don't know how to pray. My son and them now, my son
No, but that was
and them,
easy to know before y'all even did the ceremony.
we asked, my Wally asked the brother if he know how to pray, but our mistake was we didn't make him
No,
recite
y-
Quran
your
first.
Wali should have prayed with the brother. Go ahead and lead in prayer. I done been in
We was in a,
situations. I done been in situations
we was
like
in a
that.
camp.
Huh?
We was in a camp, so brothers praying, and brothers, sisters praying, and so forth. So, but when my Wali asked him if he could pray and whatever, he said yeah, he could pray and whatever. But I understand what you're saying, he was supposed to ask him to lead the prayer with them and whatever and whatever. And these is things my son was actually telling me, and he was like, Mommy, he does celebrate Christmas. There's things my son tell him because the conversation my son had with him, I don't know what he told my son, and this is things my son came back telling me. And when the brother didn't know how to lead me in prayer, my children make fun of me.
Subhanallah.
They was actually laughing at me. So I know my son's very good.
Subhanallah. So I don't know if you want to stick around for this one, but I have a delusional dating profile of the week real quick. You
Mhm.
want to stick around for this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Inshallah. This one is. Can you see it?
No, I ain't seen it.
You see it?
No.
Okay, you can't see it. Okay, well, I'm going to read it. This is from Kelly. Kelly
Mhm.
is 40 years old. She said, "This is effing." She put a bunch of F in the words, I mean, the symbols. This is effing work. Now, remember, this is a dating site. People that are looking
Uh-huh.
for marriage, you know, most are looking for marriage here. Kelly is
Uh-huh.
40. She says, this is effing work. She's talking about being on the site. She says,
Yeah.
okay, let me be clear. I really don't want to be on dating apps. So she's saying, let me be clear, I don't want to be here.
Mhm.
So my question would be, if it's so much work and you don't want to be here, why are you here? She says, yet still, this is where I find myself. So Kelly at 40, which to me is still young, but
Yeah.
you're already 5 years into geriatric pregnancy. So a man can't, you know, even aspire to procreate with you. It is very dangerous to do so. You know, birth defects,
Mm.
stillbirth, miscarriage, Down syndrome. A lot of things could happen from this. Nevertheless, uh, she said, yet still, this is where I find myself. So she said, if you enjoy the variety of perpetual dating, please bypass me. If you enjoy the variety of, some guys just want a new face, a new voice, go out to eat, a new woman, hold her hand, try to get something from her premaritally. This is what men do. Some men do. And a lot of women are doing this too. So it's not just men. Men are not taking it, so women are giving it. Okay. Uh, I'd like to meet someone that is just as tired of this hamster wheel of dating as I am. I live
Mhm.
in Northwest Houston, Texas. Okay. She says, FYI, not showing your teeth in any of your pictures is a red flag. I'm just gonna assume the worst and think they're thrown in your mouth any kind of way. That's a nice joke. She says, I'm 6 foot. He he at least he no, she said, I'm 6 foot, be at least 5'9". So she's not, when it comes to the height, she's not being delusional. She's saying, I'm 6 foot, at least be 5'9". I think that's
Mhm.
kind of honorable. But let's go above that. Uh Big problem here. She said nothing about herself. You notice that?
Yeah.
There's nothing about herself to make somebody say, "Ooh, this one." You
Yeah.
know? Nothing about herself. She came out, didn't even get 3 words into the bio or to the intro and started cursing. This is effing work. Okay, let me be clear. I really don't want to be on dating apps, yet still, this is where I find myself. If you enjoy the variety of perpetual dating, please bypass me. I'd like to meet someone that is just as tired of this hamster wheel of dating as I am. So it's really, if I say masculine, somebody's gonna get mad. So I'm gonna say it's really forceful. It's really aggressive and forceful. And she said nothing about herself that would make me or another man desirous of her.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what men are seeing. Now I'm trying to figure out how I could get to the men's profiles, because I'm hearing stories that the men's profiles are really jacked up. A lot of women are
Hmm.
saying that. So I want to get to the men's profiles some kind of way. I think maybe by next week I'll make an adjustment and I'll do one woman and
Inshallah.
one man. You know, I'll
Inshallah.
do one woman and one man, inshallah. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. Uh, I don't want no weirdos messaging me. You know, I don't want no weirdos
Mhm.
messaging me. I'm like, yeah, I'll snap. But subhanallah. Nevertheless, that's the delusional dating profile. Give it up for Kelly, 40 years old. You know, still got a lot of maybe can't bear children, but she got a lot of youth, a lot of life to go. Allah willing, she got a lot of
Mhm.
life to go, and her attitude is burnt. Plus, she's an Amazon. She's 6 foot. That is unusually tall for a woman. That means her feet are going to
Yeah.
be disproportionate. Some men like big feet, but with a woman that tall, she has the feet and she has the hands. You
Oh,
know,
you know that.
it's just what women do. 6 foot is not natural for a woman.
I
It's
know
not.
short women with big feet.
You got short women with big feet.
Yeah, I know short women with big feet.
Okay, okay. What's considered big to you? What size?
8, 9.
Okay, 8, 9 woman is considered big, right? I guarantee you she's
Yeah.
way bigger than that. At 6 feet, I guarantee you she's way bigger than that. I don't even consider 8 big for a woman.
I weigh
But
4.5.
huh?
My feet are 4.5.
Oh, you're a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to wear baby shoes. You must have shopped at Baby Gap, Baby Amazon, Amazon baby. Subhanallah,
My sons and them, their foot bigger than mine.
Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah. Anyway, so matter of fact, I gotta message my wife real quick when I get off of here. But nevertheless, thank you for coming on, sister. Alhamdulillah. Thank you
You're
as
welcome.
always. Two brothers stood me up. They didn't make it. I take it that they're busy. I respect that. They got families. You got
Yeah.
a family too, but you made times. Alhamdulillah. So thank you for coming on. With that,
You're welcome.
I'm gonna let you all go. I pray that you enjoyed the show. Share it if you like it. If you find any benefit in it, share it, like it, dislike it. Let's keep the dialogue open, inshallah ta'ala. And I got some more stuff that is coming up. I'm going to be announcing, and I'll need you guys to send me emails, send me links, and help me out with content. This has been your brother Saad Imam for X Factly and sister Amira Asha Wilson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.